Hi, this is my homily for the 21st Sunday of Ordinary Time. This Gospel passage comes at the end of an excursion into the Gospel of St. John. We've had 5 weeks away from working through Mark's Gospel, and it ends today. We've heard about the feeding of the 5,000, a miraculous meal that starts with just a few loaves and some fish. And then we've heard Jesus speak about himself as the bread of life, which I've been explaining means a lively bread, the bread of liveliness, lively food for people who want to live a lively life. And that lively bread is what we receive at Mass. We are not just physical creatures, we are spiritual beings too. To feed the body but starve the soul is a perverse sort of self-neglect. It leaves a hunger inside that we might not recognise or understand, but all the same makes us feel that all is not well. So now this passage comes to an end with a sharp division. Everyone has seen the same thing. They've all seen a large crowd fed in a way that's beyond explaining. They've also all heard the same things. They've heard Jesus speak about Moses and the bread from heaven, the bread of life, bread given for the life of the world. They've heard Jesus describe himself as the bread of life, real food, and heard him speak about himself as the Son of Man. All of them have seen the same things, all of them have heard the same things, and yet their reactions are so different. Some of them say, "This is intolerable language," and they desert him. Others follow Peter when he says, "Who shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life." How does that happen? What's the difference between these two groups? Why do they react so differently? How is it that some of the people who ate the miraculous bread and fish now reject the one who gave them, while others cling to him yet more tightly? I think St. Peter gives us the answer when he says, "Lord, who shall we go to?" He recognizes that if Jesus is not their Lord, if he is not the one who trains them in the art of living, they would have to find someone else. He has understood it's a part of the human condition to search for one who can guide us. None of us is able to navigate every situation in life alone. Life is so complex, fraught with challenges. We cannot achieve the distance and detachment we need to make wise choices. Our passions and our emotions intervene, and we respond instinctively with our fallen, damaged human nature. We need someone with a bit of difference standing outside that. We need a guide who will travel with us in discovering the art of living, the trick of being human. If it's not the Lord with the message of eternal life, who will it be? Who will be our guide? When the disgruntled crowd left Jesus, who did they turn to as a wise shepherd? We need to realise there are plenty of voices out there calling out, "Follow me." They may do it blatantly or in subtle ways, but they're all trying to guide us in our own version of the art of living. So if I turn away from the message of eternal life, who will teach me the art of living? Will I try and be my own guide? There's an old saying that says the one who makes himself his own teacher has made himself the pupil of a fool. When I'm frightened or angry or hurt or anxious, will I make good guide to myself in the art of living? I don't think so. So who else is there who's forming me? Who will teach me the art of living? The Daily Telegraph, the Guardian, the BBC, some Instagram influencer or blogger, a magazine editor, a political party? Are any of them seriously up for competing with the word of life, informing my opinions and views? Who am I listening to? In the digital age, do I even know the people I read about are actually who they say they are? Are they really able to teach me the art of living? Isn't this so important I need to think very hard about this? To whom shall we go? I know that sometimes the church can disappoint us, even hurt us. But when we stop to look, in fact, the scandals in the church are about the failures of a few sinful people, broken, damaged people, people who it turns out have been among the ones who on some level turned away from Christ. To expect the church's members and leaders to be perfect all the time would be an intolerable burden. There would be no one left, and those of us who know we are so far from perfect would hardly feel at home in such a place. Individuals within the church often fail, sometimes very badly, and they let us down. But has the Lord of life let us down? Not him. So as some of the disciples turn away from Jesus at the end of today's gospel, I would want to ask them, who then will teach you the art of living? You're going to be following someone, even if you don't realize it. Who will it be? As for me and my house, to steal some words from Joshua, we will serve the Lord.